Good morning, everyone. Hello, thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to be here at this conference today, speaking to all of you. My name is Brian Frank, as was mentioned before, and I am the Vice President of Global Operations at LinkedIn. And I thought I'd start out with a story. And we call this is my story. And it starts 8 years ago. And 8 years ago is when I started at LinkedIn. We had about 15 salespeople and about $18 million in quarterly revenue. And this year, we'll have over 4,000 people in sales and over $3 billion in revenue. So it's been a crazy ride. That story, sort of even backing up, how did we get even here, started many years ago when I was an attorney. As Alyssa mentioned before, I used to work on deals with salespeople. I was a corporate attorney, and then I went into finance, and ultimately I had this opportunity to go into sales. I was selling contract management solutions at a company called Ariba, and I had been a lawyer, so I was selling the same product. And I discovered that selling was actually pretty darn hard. And I would make calls, and people would, pretend like they weren't answering the phone, like, no habla inglés. They'd hang up on me, take me off the do not call list. And it was pretty horrible, and I almost gave up. And that's when something magical happened. I rediscovered LinkedIn. Because I'd always thought of LinkedIn as my resume. I thought of LinkedIn as a Rolodex, but I never realized that LinkedIn was an amazing lead database. And so I started sending out 100 connection requests a day to every lawyer I could find on LinkedIn. And of course, I was promptly suspended from LinkedIn. True story. But they gave me my access back, and it was those early connections that ultimately turned into a few deals that ended up saving my sales career. And so when I got the opportunity to come to LinkedIn back in 2008 and start, help build that sales organization, it was something that I realized I had a real passion for and really motivated me. And over the last 8 years at LinkedIn, I've sort of discovered what truly motivates me, and I've kind of pulled it into this concept of three, the Venn diagram of motivation. It starts with aspiring to greatness. I heard the woman before mention at Google they aspire to greatness. So do I. I love it. I love doing great things that are amazing that people love. But I also love to do different stuff. I believe variety is the spice of life. I believe that we want to continually transform and learn as we go along. And then ultimately, I get a tremendous amount of excitement and fulfillment from helping other people, whether it be in their careers or learning or whatever I can do, mentoring. I really enjoy learning and helping others. And I think that LinkedIn is very much in line with my vision of what motivates me, in particular around helping others, because that's what we do. By the way, raise your hand if you have a LinkedIn profile. Thank you. So thank you for being members. Thank you all for being members. It's our mission as an organization to help you. Yes, truly, that's really what we're here for. We are a consumer internet company, and it's our mission to connect the world's professionals and make them more productive and successful, and we're doing it every day because all of you have profiles and you're using LinkedIn to help yourself in your daily life. But it's not just about the mission, it's also about the vision. It's about where we want to go. And what we really want to do as a company is to create something called the economic graph. It will help create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce, and it looks like this. It's basically a giant graph of every company, every professional, every job, every skill, every academic institution, and all professional knowledge pulled together so that we can see the major demographic and economic and geographic trends across companies, across countries, across cities, so that I can tell you that they need software engineers in Singapore and that they need lawyers in Sao Paulo. Actually, they probably do not need lawyers in Sao Paulo, just in case you were thinking of going to Sao Paulo. But ultimately, we want to be able to provide this value to our members, and we think that this will drive a lot of economic value to the world, to the larger organization. And so, as we think about transformation of the world, I think I wanted to introduce a brand new concept today that we've never talked about outside of LinkedIn. So you guys are actually getting the benefit. It's something that we call the LinkedIn way. And the LinkedIn way is our new sales methodology that we're pulling together today, but it's really an old methodology because it's founded on the principles that we've had in our business for many, many years. And the subject of my talk is about how to transform your sales organization. What is the secret sauce for growing a sales organization, for scaling a modern business today? And to us, these 4 elements of our sales methodology are our secret sauce. This is what we use and what we've used over the past 8 years to help build our business. And it all starts with this concept of culture and values. So culture and values is something that I think is a really complex concept. It seems simple, culture, values, same thing, right? Morals, morality, blah, blah, blah. But it's really not. And it's taken me a long time to really get it. So I'm going to break it down for you real simple and explain culture and values. Culture is what unites us. When we all think alike, when we all feel like we're together, that's our culture. It's what unites us and binds us together. It's what we feel as a group. Values, on the other hand, drive our decisions. It helps us make good decisions. And LinkedIn has used these culture and values to be able to spread and grow massively quick because we trust that the people in other countries are making decisions in line with our values and that they're living our culture. And this is really one of the bedrocks of the organization. Anyone who's worked at LinkedIn, and I see a few of you out there, will know that we are all about our culture and values, and this is the most important thing. I think one of them that really relates to customer success is this concept of members first. This is our number one value. Everything is members first driven at our business. But every once in a while, members first means telling our customers no. There's a lot of things our customers would like to do, but it might poison the ecosystem of our overall network. So sometimes we have to say no. We realize that ultimately, when our members are first, our customers win, and we have a lot of value out of that interaction. But sometimes living your values and operating ultimately means saying no to your customers in their interests and in the interest of our overall network. The second pillar of our sales philosophy is something we call data-driven sales or insights-driven sales. This is all about using LinkedIn data to be able to better drive and inform how we go to market, as well as how we plan out our sales organization, as well as how we advise our customers about what they need to know. So, for example, at LinkedIn, we segment our entire market by looking at who's hiring, and we understand all the data associated with your LinkedIn activity, and we can use that for sales purposes to be able to better present to our customers, as well as to make our salespeople more smarter. I'll give you an example that relates to customer support. So we actually decided to build our own internal tool. There's a lot of great customer success tools here today, of course. However, we decided this is so important, we actually built our own tool. We call it Genie. And Genie is a customer success tool, and it pulls all of the data from all of our internet applications, well, not just the tools that our customers use, but everything across LinkedIn, and we provide it to our customer success professionals so that they can understand where is activity, where is risk. We have something called Churn Guard, which is specifically related to trying to help us understand the needs of our customers better. And so this whole concept of selling with insights and selling with data is core to our business and has been a key element of helping us scale. Social selling is the third pillar of our organization. And social selling, many of you are customer success, you're in sales in a way, but maybe you're not, right? Not everyone has that relationship. But regardless of whether you are or you aren't, every time you walk into a meeting, you should be prepared. You should know who's sitting across the table for you. If it's only to help yourself from limiting the amount of time you have to spend with cold discovery, helping you understand who's at the other side of the table, who you're talking to, is incredibly valuable. And this is the core of building relationships, which LinkedIn social selling is all about. Every one of our sales professionals is taught from the very beginning they need to spend time understanding the profile, the company, the information on the internet about the people that they're engaging with, as well as the connections. You never know when Bob 3 cubes down is connected to the CFO that you really want to talk to. But the only way you can know that is using LinkedIn data to be able to give you these insights. We call that social selling, but ultimately, it's not just about selling, it's about building relationships, which is equally important from a customer success perspective. And last but not least, I'm really proud to say that the fourth pillar of our sales methodology is about customer success. And I think that really calls how important the customer value proposition is to us. And it starts from the very first marketing touch when the sales dev person is engaging with a customer on the phone, and it goes all the way through the process, of course, to renewal and to proving value. We have a consultative sales process where we don't want to sell to customers unless we can actually show them the value. In fact, if you're not getting out of that value out of the solution, it's not important to you. And one of the things that I'm proud of as an organization that we've done is, we could have made our product very complicated and difficult to implement and sticky and hard to integrate. The truth is our product is very easy to not integrate. It's very light. So the only way that we want to drive value is not by making a bunch of hostages, but by providing more value to our customer. That's the core of everything we ultimately do with respect to sales and our product organization. So in wrapping it up, maybe I'll go back. In wrapping it up, I wanted to just re-emphasize that this is the LinkedIn way. This is our strategy for being able to provide more value to our customers, to be able to drive more value to our salespeople, to be able to provide more value to our organization. It's made up of these four pillars: insights, customer success, culture and values, and social selling. But I wanted to end on a story. I wanted to tell you just a little bit about our organization and what it's like. And when we were going around and building this idea to basically take to market, I interviewed a whole bunch of our salespeople. And one of the people I interviewed was a guy named Brian Teague. He's the sales guy, has been there for many, many years at LinkedIn, I think 12 years, been the number one salesperson multiple times. And I said, Brian, I asked him one question. If you could take the LinkedIn sales organization and put it in a time capsule for future generations, what would you want them to know about it? And he said, a little tear in his eye. He said, I want them to know that LinkedIn is an organization that lives its culture and values. And to have a hardened professional salesperson say something like that when he truly meant it, really meant that he had been touched by the process that we had put in place, and that meant that he was truly bought into the solution. So thank you so much today. Have a great conference. Take care.